that's like ego. That's like, that's not how it goes. This is not being guided. You are being misguided by, society, by whatever type of rules that you are trying to conform to that don't apply in the spiritual realm. Like, no way. So it's going to be a pretty bad decision you're going to make. And I have completely detached from making those decisions. I don't do those no more. No, I really don't. And I already know, like, I don't need nobody's approval. I only need, like, the reassurance of the universe that this is the right thing to do. And it just always happens. And therefore, I can't go wrong. And this is one of those crazy things. It's like, now at that point, it doesn't matter how big of a decision you make, how big of your life changes, whatever it is. It's not going to be more anxiety the bigger the decision. It's like, no, it's calm. Like, once you have that belief, once you've learned to just wait and you gain clarity, and then it's right there. It's just so beautiful because you can walk in peace. Like, you embody that feeling of peace and just almost like a calm, grateful way of walking around. And then you notice, well, so many people don't have that. It's so hard. Like, it's so hard to get there, especially if you are if you are living, inside the society, like tied in like that. I always felt like a complete outsider. So I'm happy I got there. It took me forever, but still, like, it's like, I'm so excited for how life is going to change just because of how I make decisions now, how I move now, how I feel more patient, how I feel so much gratitude, how I can truly say whenever I ask a question, I get the answer back. And I can completely lean into solitude. I absolutely love it because it feels like I am getting more connected as I am detached from outside noise. And it's just so beautiful. And I'm like, yo, I'm ready for this new year. And I hope you're really having a good day and having a good time, whatever you're going through. It could always be worse. That's what I've been telling myself lately. It's okay, it can always be worse. Like, no reason. You have every right to cry about it. You have every right to be sad about it. Like, let your emotions out. Absolutely love doing that, because then it's like, well, it's gonna be okay. And then truthfully, you realize, like, yeah, there's so many people out there that got their situation is so much worse than yours. And really, there's so many things happening that you have no influence about, so you can just let it be. But really, I feel like the only reason I got to this point, I'm a complete different person, almost like I was last year, 1 year ago, I mean, which is not a crazy long time. It's just 1 year, but it's really because I've been taking these videos. I've been taking these videos so much. I've been writing so much. My goal was kind of, let's write more, but I didn't just write more. Exponentially, like, I'm even into January, February now, I have already made more than any time, written more than anything. And this just happens because it's something I don't tell myself to do. I do it because it makes me feel better, and it's healing. And that's my gateway into healing myself, sort of like, it's my gateway into healing the wounds of my past and into almost like reaching for my soul and kind of getting that connection and just feeling connected, asking questions and living in solitude and everything like that. But it can be anything, honestly. Like, it can be you making a mood board with whatever, crafting, whatever. It can be anything. But I do feel like every person has something that's gonna have them really get to know themselves and work through things that is not, that is really you, and whatever you do, whatever you go through, that doesn't involve another human being. I think that's important because nobody knows you like that. So you gotta have your faith grow. And when you ask those questions, you know that there's never going to be somebody at your door that's gonna answer that question. Now, of course, there's certain people you meet where you're like, wow, that's like heaven sent, like that. But that's just, because you attract what you are, and there's so many karmic lessons you learn through the people in your life. And then if you're really being honest, you know why you met that person, and that person knows why he or she met you. And it's like, yeah, if you both take the lesson seriously, you're gonna both elevate like that, because it's just crazy. Anyway, I hope that you have an amazing day, and always know that you are never alone, because if you know, lean into that guidance that is always there, you trust in the answer that you are going to get whenever whenever you don't know. You can cry it out for a couple days. You can write about it, talk about it to the camera, whatever. I'm just saying, like, maybe, like, just saying, if it's only you, like, really, if it's only you and whatever thing is going on, you're not alone like that, because it's really crazy how we are being protected. Once you realize that, there's no going back. You always have that faith inside of you that you can ask whatever it is, It will never go the way that your ego wants, so you can already rip that out of your mind. But it's just so beautiful that, the answer will be there. Like, you're not being left alone. Hope you're having a good new year. Yeah, because when this video goes up, it's about that time. This will probably come the closest to what I want to do here, but we're still refining the sentence, and that's something that's not fixed, right? That changes over time, but for now I need something that's really clear. While being confused and writing these things down here, I already knew that it was going to take a couple days, and I'm never disappointed. I am just, at this point, I'm like, yeah, it has actually happened, that I've gained clarity. And I'm not surprised anymore, because I fully trust. I have that faith. I know it happens every time I ask a question, I get the answer. But it's just so beautiful that's just, it's like there's no other human around me that could influence that. It's literally just me, my pen, and having the trust in God, in the universe, in like an omnipresent way of guidance that is always there once you believe in it. And it's just there, and it's just so beautiful, because at this point I just gotta I just gotta be alone, because my life is like that right now, because I'm going through things and I have to actually be alone. Like, I literally can't go out. But that's another thing that I'm not gonna address. It's not even important at this point. But I'm not alone. I have never felt less alone in my life than that. It's just so beautiful. And today is one of those days where I'm just so full of gratitude, and I'm so ready to let go of this snake here, and I'm so ready to go into the horse here. That's all I want to say. I really wanted to do this little video just because today is one of those days that I'm probably going to remember always. And it gets easier. There were so many times, a couple months ago even, where I was like, I'm asking a question and I am not sure about, the answer. And I wasn't certain if I'm going to get the answer, how I'm going to get the answer. And that kind of establishes this fear inside of you where you're like, I don't know, but I also don't know how to figure it out. And now I'm like, well, I don't know, but I am figuring it out, because I got that faith, and that's just grown so strong that I just know that I'm not left alone. I haven't been left alone in a single question that I ask. So it's like, that is just so amazing to know that. And this is, independent from any other human being on this planet, because that's just not what that's about. So whenever you are not certain, I would encourage you to do the things that help you out. If you find peace like me with words and journaling, then do that. And make sure that you don't put a time stamp on it. Like, you're not gonna wake up tomorrow and know the answer, especially not if that's your goal. Sometimes you gotta wait longer. Sometimes it's coming even faster. And sometimes you get it after a couple months, once you have forgotten that you asked that question, but it always comes, it always gets there. It's like so beautiful. And this morning was like wild. the decision that I made this morning, if I had made that a couple months ago even, I would feel a little bit of fear because of not knowing if it was right or wrong. But now I'm like, well, this is the only thing and it's right. So I'm like, even though it might be a crazy thing and it might not seem right, if I would ask anybody out there, they probably tell me not to. If they want to have an opinion on my life, whatever. If I already ask them, well, I kind of allow another person to have an opinion, that kind of decides over the things that I should be deciding on. So if I let somebody else, decide, if I ask somebody else for clarity and they give me an answer that I'm not happy with, or an answer that reestablishes that doubt even more, like, okay, I got to live with it then. But I wouldn't ask, because it's really nobody else's business but my own in that sense. Some questions you really gotta work out on your own and not with another human being around you. So that being said, yeah, I'm just happy about that. I'm just grateful about that. So much gratitude. Dear soul. But I've been listening to the songs that are talking about gratitude. I got a gratitude thing. I mean, Ella May has that song Angels. Is it called Angels? And then Doechii has the other song about gratitude. And I just love these songs. And then Brent has the song about where he's like, with the one with the happiness. I'm like, whoa, is everybody growing like that? I mean, I guess they're kind of my age, right? And you really change. I am a completely different person than I was like in my early 20s. I was lost and I could not have even thought about the things I'm kind of concerned about now. That makes me really happy. And isn't that so beautiful if you kind of follow these artists and you see their growth, you see how they grow within like what they're kind of about, about the topics they write about. It's just mind-blowing. It's just so beautiful anyway. And this is such a gateway into another period of time, especially if you've been having a hard time, a difficult time these past months, years, whatever. I'm just really happy that we're gonna be in the horse. We're gonna be in the year of the fire horse, right? I don't know too much about it astrologically speaking, but I always feel it. Like whenever I hear what's going on, I'm like, yeah, I already knew that. Like I already felt that before anyway. Like now that you reassure me, now that you tell me, it makes all sense.